The year is 2018. Blockbuster is out of business and Netflix is on the rise. We're all replacing our one-year-old smartphones for newer smartphones with the same features. We're laughing at all the damn Daniels and the Cash Me Outsides. We're obsessed with the Kim Kardashians and Kylie Jenner lip kits. We hate losing followers and not getting enough likes. We want her body and his beard. Not his beard. Better. We're looking for all this perfect Instagram posts to capture the perfect moment. We want pictures for our social medias, modeling portfolios, LinkedIn profiles, and pics we can prove that we're couple goals. We double tap, swipe left, and swipe right in hopes you'll actually be able to bring this one home to mom. It's exhausting, I know. But what if I told you it didn't have to be? My name is Bryce Spencer Jones, and I'm a portrait photographer based out of Orlando, Florida. I understand that with the new world of technology, it can be a little overwhelming to get that perfect headshot of content for your blog and website. I understand with the new algorithms that it can be a lot harder to get your Instagram content seen by potential followers. Let me tell you that it's okay to be overwhelmed, because I'm here to help you. As a photographer, it's my job to make sure that you, the client, are satisfied, comfortable, and are able to leave the portraits you're excited to share with the world that we live in today. Ever since I could remember, I've always had a passion for being behind a camera and letting the world see my unique viewpoint on the world through my work. I've always dreamed of my work being seen and enjoyed by a large amount of people. Not for the sake of being famous, but for inspiring other people in the way that I was inspired years ago. When I finally got my own camera, I let this dream take effect. I had absolutely no idea how to start my journey. I looked at countless YouTube tutorials and endless amounts of photography articles in search for the answers I needed. I learned the basics of camera angles and how my camera worked, and I set out on finding a model to shoot. Lucky for me, I was back in Boston and messaged my good friend Hamada, asking if he would be willing to help. He was excited and more than happy to be my first model. I didn't give him any information other than where to be and what time to be there, but he surprised me when he showed up in a fancy suit. I remember starting off slow and not really sure on how to pose him or anything. He couldn't tell that I had absolutely no idea on what I was doing, but he was having the time of his life. He was even suggesting ideas on what poses he should do. It was like something inside of me just clicked. All of my nervousness went out the window and became second nature. Cars were beeping and passengers were waving at us because they thought he was famous. It was an amazing experience. When the shoot ended, I thanked him for volunteering to help me. When I finally sent him the edited portraits, he was absolutely amazed. He posted them on his Instagram, and I remember the praise I got from everyone that saw my portraits. I'm absolutely blessed for the amount of support I've gotten that day, because I wouldn't be here taking photos today. The amount of pure, genuine comments I got were enough to motivate me for a lifetime. Old friends I haven't talked to in years, and even people I didn't know were giving my work praise. All I could do was look back at that little boy that wanted his work to be seen, and I could see him smiling, realizing that his dream was slowly coming true. From there was a rush for me. I started doing shoots every day of the week, and I realized I was getting better in a short amount of time. I finally started shooting in RAW, then focused more on my editing style. By my next shoot with Hamada, I was 6 shoots in. To no surprise, it came out better than I even imagined it would. From there, I would shoot more and focus on composition. From composition, I would focus more on editing colors than retouching on skin, dodging and burning, shooting in manual mode, underexposing during shoots, then taking objects out of the background. 6 months in, everybody thought I was already doing this professionally for years. I eventually got a comment on how good my camera quality was and how I was only good because of my camera. Here are some of my favorite before and afters. In each portrait, you can see the difference in color, skin retouches, and contrast. I can't stress it enough, but it is not the camera, it's the photographer. People get uncomfortable during shoots and tense up. It's my job to make sure they're comfortable so it shows on camera. It's not the camera, it's the photographer. I spent at least 30 minutes on one portrait. It's not the camera, it's the photographer. I've spent hours upon hours of studying and hands-on work getting better at my craft. It's not the camera, it's the photographer. Everything I've learned in photography, I've taught myself. It's not the camera, it's the photographer. To further my craft in film and photography, I took courses at Full Sail University where I took useful classes such as composition and visual design. In this class, we focus on techniques used behind the camera to make sure that the subjects in frame was perfectly framed, properly exposed through lighting, and how my subjects worked in space. We were instructed to do numerous projects to show our progression in visual composition throughout the course. Another class I took was visual storytelling. In this class, we learned to utilize post-production to further develop our story and carry further emotion. Both classes have greatly helped me and have opened my eyes to new possibilities in my work. When a client is interested in booking with me, they have a lot of questions before they want to follow through with the session. They're usually concerned with how they've never had a real shoot or how they don't look good on camera. I make sure to mention all the shoots that I did where it was also the model's first time shooting with me. Actually, every one of the models that I shot with is now pursuing modeling in their spare time. They're reaching out to other photographers and building their own modeling portfolios. If you're a model, in a relationship, a blogger, a fellow photographer, have a birthday coming up, or just need Instagram content, I'm more than happy to get you the portraits that you deserve. If you have any questions regarding a shoot or have any questions on photography, you can reach me on my Instagram at BryceSpencerJones or check out my website at www.BryceSpencerJones.com. If you refer someone to me and they get their portraits done, not only will they get 15% off their purchase, but you get $15 back into your pocket. I wish you all the best, and remember, it's not the camera, it's the photographer.